It was October 2011 when a channel by the name of MrSleepyPeople was created on YouTube, with his first video being published on the 26th. Over the course of the following 9 years, he would use this account to showcase various clips of him manipulating the faces of sleeping girls. The content was twisted, showing a man stalking women in their sleep while prying their eyes open, touching, and in some cases even licking them. And according to his own words, these girls were often passed out drunk. It was very clear in every single one of these videos he posted that none of these women could have possibly given consent to the dark things he was doing to them. In fact, they likely had no idea it was being done at all. A note that was especially important, as our investigation revealed that this was some kind of sexual fetish for the man behind the camera. And he wasn't alone. He had a multitude of die-hard supporters and those who watched from a distance, enjoying this content as if it was pornography. And despite the clear lack of consent involved, they didn't seem to care. In fact, for many, this is what they seem to love so much about this content, leading to one of the more sickening comment sections I've ever seen. And these revelations made it all the more twisted that in at least one of his videos was an actual child who he had claimed to be his sister. As far as internet investigations go, it was perhaps one of the darkest that I've ever been a part of. But even in just the past few weeks since my video on this topic released, there has already been a few major developments that make this whole rabbit hole even deeper, which include the discovery of other channels that may be even worse than what we've seen. During my investigation into MrSleepyPeople, I knew one of the biggest challenges would be convincing people that this wasn't an ARG. And despite all the evidence that I laid out in the first video, there were still many that doubted the validity of MrSleepyPeople and his community. And so I decided to set up a little trap, one that would not only prove that this community is legitimate, but that they are actively trading videos behind the scenes as well. To start, my friend Alex and I set up multiple fake email addresses and left them in the comments of these iCheck videos, offering to trade personal clips to anyone who was interested. We also reached out to those who left their own email addresses in the comments. And after about a week, some people began to take the bait. All in all, we engaged in 3 separate conversations with people wishing to obtain iCheck videos and pictures. There was no monetary incentive offered. These were people who only wanted iCheck content. And they were extremely careful with how they spoke to me, with 2 of the 3 asking me to send my videos first, likely so that either they wouldn't get scammed or so they could scam me. And the way they spoke showed me that this was likely not their first time trading videos. I mean, their messages gave me a sense that they were seasoned pros. And that wasn't all. When asked what these videos were and who they were of, one of these people responded with, "Hey, no problem, I understand. I have eye checks and feet play, snoring, hand play, and some nudes as well. Some are of my cousin, which she was drunk, and the other is of my GF and friends from parties. So if you have videos like those that you can send, then I'll send you what I have. Thanks." Now, this undercover work isn't really something that's in my wheelhouse, but I felt like this information should be enough to prove that this is all legitimate. These people really crave these videos, and this community is anything but fake. Now, I also want to say shout out to you guys for actually finding my email address in these comment sections and proceeding to sign them up for a bunch of spam sites, thinking that I was actually one of them. That was honestly really funny, although someone supposedly found my IP address and reported it to the police. But as for MrSleepyPeople, the biggest update comes in the form of a response to my video. But this response wasn't written or spoken. Rather, he responded with a simple action that, in my opinion, further solidifies his guilt. Because following the posting of my video on November 12th, MrSleepyPeople deleted his entire channel. 9 years of getting off scot-free, and he is finally now off the platform. The man behind this channel knew that he was exposed, so he fled. And just to double down again, if this truly was an ARG, then me covering it would be the peak for this channel, making it totally unlikely that he would delete it in response to my video, especially after 9 years of work. Okay, I actually have a quick update here. There was an anonymous source on Instagram who actually ran MrSleepyPeople's channel into the Wayback Machine, which revealed a comment he had left 3 months before his channel was deleted. And in this comment he says, "Nope, more like friends come over to get drunk as f with me, and at the end of the night I check them when they fall asleep." So not only is this channel real, but we now have even more proof that he was doing this non-consensually. MrSleepyPeople is, for now, totally removed from YouTube, and in my opinion I think that is a huge win for this platform in general, because what he was doing has no place here, or anywhere for that matter. However, he still is out there. In fact, a quick Google search reveals that he is actually on a number of other adult sites posting this same content, something that is fairly disheartening, but there is some good news. Just looking at the viewership of his pages across other sites, none of them even come close to the numbers he put up on YouTube, and he hardly seems to use those other accounts to begin with. So this YouTube channel was his main way of sharing these videos, and it's gone now. It's not privated, it's deleted, gone forever. So though he's not off the entire internet, we did massively interfere with his distribution of these videos, and I will certainly be keeping an eye out for any new channels that he might start up here. And I won't be the only one, as all of his accounts have now been reported to the FBI, who I'm hoping will take this seriously and pursue action further than I can. And in other good news, the channel REM Sleeper, which I had briefly mentioned in that last video, has totally privatized all of their videos, which is a huge development considering the fact that they had posted over 20 times in just 3 weeks of existence. So with all of this being said, it seems that YouTube is finally free of these twisted fetish videos. Well, not exactly. Though YouTube may be free of MrSleepyPeople, it is still home to the community he left behind. A community filled with those whose sole fetish is based around a woman's inability to consent. And it's made up of people who have now dispersed to new dark corners of the internet. And to find them, I had to go deeper, leading to the discovery of new channels that have put their own sickening twist on this genre of content. It was April 25th, 2019, when a new channel was created, simply by the name of Girls, a channel who was specifically dedicated to sleep fetishes, posting a variety of clips from across the internet that range from just women sleeping, to eye checks, mouth play, and more. It's a channel that does feature many differences from the previously mentioned MrSleepyPeople, as it doesn't appear that the owner of this account is the one actually filming these girls. Instead, many of these clips appear to be screen recordings from other videos posted by other people on YouTube. And this account seems to be dedicated to finding the quote-unquote best videos for this fetish and re-uploading them to this one channel, likely to make it more convenient for the viewers, so they can just go to one channel to find a variety of videos, as opposed to searching all across the site. But the fact that he's not the one filming actually doesn't make this content any less sickening, as these videos that he's using to fetishize are highly concerning, because mixed in with the eye checks and the other videos of sleeping women posted for people to watch in a sexual manner are, yet again, more videos of children. Now, I noted that this was an issue in the last video, that MrSleepyPeople had one video of a clearly underaged girl, and that there were a multitude of other similar videos that could be found in this community. But this channel reaches a whole different kind of level. We aren't talking about 1 or 2 videos. In fact, it's not even 10 or 20. In just a year and a half of posting these fetish videos, this channel has uploaded 57 videos of clearly underage girls. It is sickening, given that these videos are all being sexualized. Now, I mentioned how this person running the account isn't the one actually filming these videos, which, at first, I thought made this channel a tiny bit less dark. But in actuality, what this person is doing may be even more screwed up, because many of the videos he's used from these underage girls were not initially posted in a sexual way at all, as some show kids falling asleep on the school bus, to which their friends film and mess around with them as a joke, while others show parents filming their sleeping children, and were then posted to YouTube because it's cute and it's funny. It was never meant to be something sexual. It's not something sexual, but not to the person running this girl's channel. To them, this is fetish gold. So whoever runs this account is trolling all throughout YouTube, finding any videos he can of little girls sleeping, and then saving them to his phone, because in his mind, it's a turn on. Which is so hard to say and so disgusting, but it's the truth. And from there, he posts these screen recordings onto a channel dedicated to this fetish, with no remorse for their age. In fact, these 57 videos shows us that rather than deterring him, the fact that these girls are so young clearly attracts him. He likes that they are underaged, and so do the people who are watching these videos. And I can't show you exactly what I'm seeing with these clips because, again, they are children. But you would not believe how young these kids are that these people are fetishizing. Like, so many of them are shown sleeping in car seats. And if you thought all that was bad, well, here's the most sickening video of them all. It's called Emily Sleeping with Her Mouth Open, and it doesn't show a preteen or a child. No. This video is legitimately of a sleeping newborn baby. The sexualization of a baby on an account used to distribute sleep fetish videos. This is as real as it gets, and much like MrSleepyPeople, this channel has amassed a ton of views, as well as nearly a 100% like to dislike ratio on every single video, and they are still posting constantly to this day. Now, as far as I'm concerned, taking videos from little girls' YouTube channels that show underage children sleeping and then stealing those clips to use on your fetish channel is about as low as it gets. And the exploitation of children throughout this genre is by far the most concerning part. However, I found another channel that even further hits home how morally skewed these people are. The channel's name is A51, and they've been posting videos to YouTube since January of 2017. And this channel does feature a major variation from all the other channels that we've discussed, because all of their videos are centered around sleeping men. Now, this is a small section of this fetish that I've only recently discovered, as there are only a few other channels that post sleeping men content. Not that gender means much of anything, as either way this is still equally as vile, because again, these men are in a position where they can't consent to sexual advances. But it is an interesting variation that I only just realized even existed. But the fact that this A51 channel is filming primarily men is not the part that I find so messed up. It's who these men actually are. Yes, these men are sleeping, but not in beds, not on a couch, not even on a floor. They are sleeping on the street. That's right, this A51 channel is filming homeless people for their fetish YouTube channel, posting videos such as hot male feet and hot legs and tattoo. It is just something that has left me completely and utterly speechless. Exploiting people who are sleeping and can't consent for your own sexual gain is already bad enough, but doing it with homeless people, people who have nowhere to sleep but the ground outside, people whose lives are so hard as it is, these are the people that the man behind A51 is exploiting. all for his and his followers' sexual gain. And to make it all worse, one of them seems to be a homeless veteran. I mean, this account is honestly just pathetic. Now, before I close the video, I just want to remind you guys of all the different things that this group has sexualized within this fetish. They have sexualized and groped drunk or drugged women, as well as men, touching their eyes, mouths, and other areas of their bodies. They have sexualized hypnotized women, as well as homeless people sleeping on the streets. They have sexualized young children, and babies as young as 6 weeks old, not to mention the sexualization of a woman who was having a severe seizure, and the actual body of a murdered girl, plus the video showing the aftermath of an actual genocide, and dead women from Auschwitz, whose bodies were stacked on top of each other. This is what this community is. People want to chalk this up to one specific type of fetish, but in reality it's a combination of so many, each of which being more wrong and sickening than the next. But they don't see it like that. They don't see it as wrong, as proof by an account like John Worthy, which is yet another channel dedicated to posting eye check and sleep videos. And just looking at his comment sections offer an insight into the mind of those who make and consume this content, as someone asks if these women knew what he was doing to them, to which he simply responds by saying, "No, lol." Meanwhile, someone else asks him why he's doing this non-consensually, and to this he says, "It's better this way." This is what this community is all about, and it's a major issue. And I mention this John Worthy specifically because this is a channel that is especially concerning. On the day of MrSleepyPeople's deletion, someone left him a comment saying, "You got more content from that channel? It sucks big time that it's all deleted now." John replies by saying, "For sure, I'll be the takeover of his account." Now, though it's nothing concrete, just based off the timeline, this appears to be a comment in reference to the channel where this whole investigation began. So it is entirely possible that this John Worthy is going to be taking over for MrSleepyPeople, which is extremely concerning and something that I'll be monitoring from here on. Now, unfortunately, this twisted fetish is clearly still here, and in many ways it may be even worse than ever. But we were able to take out its biggest player, and I have a feeling that these accounts will go running as well after we post this video, especially given the fact that they have all been reported to the FBI, which hopefully will lead to some justice for the women and men that they prey on. But until it does, this will remain as one of YouTube's most disturbing communities.